to Africa Grey Golf, everyone. Your friendly fox on a Friday. It's been a bit of a tough week. Been recovering from the Rona. Got a case of it last week, and glad to have survived, man. Look, I'm no expert, but it's probably something to do with all those vaccines I kept pumping into my arm. And shout out to all those science nerds who wasted their time in the laboratory while the rest of us were scarving off or playing golf. And it's not the only tough thing. It's last week, and the storms, they just kept coming, man. Dudley, Eunice, Franklin. I don't know who's naming these things. It sounds like the waiting list of a care home. But they came through. They're quite vicious, so glad we're all intact. A bit of sunshine out there today. But on the positive side, the Winter Olympics finally came to its conclusion last week. This festival of sliding clowns is not my cup of tea. You know how I feel about all that. I don't know why they can't just spend their time working on their short game in the off season like the rest of us. They insist on coming out in their thermals and making a spectacle of themselves in front of the whole world. And nothing demonstrates this more than old Remy Lindholm, Finnish cross-country skier. Skied a 50-kilometer race, finished in 28th position, but when he crossed the line, old Remy had a half-frozen love stick. He thought he was half in frostbite. I mean, come on, man. And the thing is, you'd feel sorry for him if this were the first time, but it's not. It happened last year, and yet he persists. Puts on his little thermal suit and off he goes, slipping and sliding over his fake snow. No, come on, man. Anyway, we've got another 4 years when they can go back into the background and they can do whatever they do in the summer. And the golf, though, was great. I don't know if you watched the Genesis out at the Riviera in Hollywood. Fantastic, man. And old Joaquin Niemann blew it all away, man. He blew it away. 16 under after 2 rounds, hung in there, and deserved champion. I mean, if I'm going to be critical about anything, is they didn't really do much of a backstory on him, It's like he's been on the tour a while, but we don't know a lot about him. But I don't know, maybe it's for the best. You don't want to ask too many questions about South Americans with German surnames. So maybe that's for the best. But one thing I noticed about his game there, on that final round, things were looking a little bit shaky. He was being hunted down. He made a bogey on the 7th. Swing wasn't looking great, and we can all relate to that. On the 8th, he made this bounce back birdie. Stunning shot, man. Stiffed it, putted in, back on track. He didn't look back from there. And we can all learn from this. We can really all learn from this. And what I want to talk about today for your games is the bounce back bogey. And we've all been there. You make a couple over, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over on a hole, and you're not feeling great, man. And you need to get your head back in the game. And how do you do that? You bounce back with a bogey. And the best way to do that is to just draw on all the advice I've been giving you over the last while. Like, get your head in that game, make a solid swing, manage your game, just play for that bogey, and your card's going to be back on track. Magic, man. So when you're out there this weekend, things go a little bit off track, just remember, knuckle down, bounce back, and everything will be lacquer again. All right, boys, take it easy. We'll catch up next week. Until then. Just a little afterthought here, boys. These are uncertain times we're living in, right? Invasions, tanks, bombs, missiles, debris, shrapnel. These are all things we need to think about a bit more carefully than we have in the past. And we don't all have access to Kevlar. Wish we did. It would help on the course sometimes. But while we're looking at this new reality, I just can recommend wearing a little bit of Under Armour, right? Just to give you that added layer of protection. Maybe not 1, but 2 layers, right? So double it up there, boys. Keep safe, and we'll catch up next week.